welcome to Season 2 of the Cosmere SMP. We're going to go ahead and hop into CurseForge to have a look at the mod pack. So I've just gone ahead and put this out on CurseForge not that long ago, a couple weeks ago, maybe longer, I don't know. So I decided to kind of revamp the selections, the mod choices that we have. You can see there's a list here of the major mods, but I'm going to hop into the mods list just to make sure that we don't forget everything. Again, I'm not really going for a one-to-one correlation for every Cosmere magic system. I'm more going for vibes and just the feeling. So, for instance, chance cubes. I was just running through the list of available mods. I saw chance cubes and I'm like, huh, that seems like something whimsy related. So I added it. We added dungeon crawl just to give us something to do in the game that would be more challenging. Then we're actually going to get down into some of the more relevant mods. We do have Allomancy, Hemalurgy, and we've also added Hemalurgy in. And today we're going to, in the rest of this episode, I'm going to be talking about how Hemalurgy seems to work. We added Apotheosis, which is a huge bump to enchanting. It's really kind of overpowered, to be perfectly honest. We added Ars Nouveau. I haven't really explored this mod much, but I thought it was interesting to have magical helpers. It kind of felt like Awakening almost. But then continuing down, brought blood magic back. It just felt kind of threadeny-ish, so seemed like a good fit. Botania still for that endowment and also kind of cultivation vibes. What else do we have? Create is in here. I think I added it. I don't remember if I talked about adding it in the first season, but the Create mod is just really, really fun. It's a lot of steampunk kind of vibes, so going with that Era 2 Mistborn. We've got the Hemalurgy mod, Hemalurgy, Hex casting. This is super interesting. I'm going to do a video on hex casting, but this is essentially creating programmable magic, and especially after reading Tress and Lost Metal recently, it really just, it screams Aeon Door and Elantris, so had to add it. Literally as soon as I saw it in someone's video, I'm like, that has to be the Aeon Door equivalent. Immersive engineering is back, just again for that Mistborn Era 2 steampunk vibe. What else do we have? Just bumping up enchanting. Added some more mobs. Nature's Aura, again kind of going with that cultivation vibe. Again, not a one-to-one. Backpacks and storage drawers just for storage. Terralith just for the really awesome terrain generation. And then we've got Twilight Forest for kind of like a... oh my goodness, my brain stopped working. A Shadesmar stand-in is going to be Twilight Forest. Waystones and Waystone Towers to just give us better transportation. Kind of like the Surge of Transportation sort of thing, or else calling. But anyways, jumping into the mod pack. Ooh, it is bedtime. Let me sleep. So I've been playing on here for quite a while. I've already gotten pretty overpowered. If you're wondering how I got so overpowered despite the fact that the mod pack hasn't been out for very long, I've been developing this. I was probably developing it for about a month or so, maybe longer, before I added it to CurseForge. And you can get all that information, and you can actually join the server by hopping over to my Discord channel and getting the link there. So when you spawn in addition to getting metal flakes for your allomantic and ferrochemical abilities, you will also get a leather journal. And this is our guide to Hemalurgy. So Hemalurgy is It's kind of basic. It's not super interesting. Got a little welcome to what Hemalurgy is all about, and then the guide, and then this is really the useful bit. It is Hemalurgy for Dummies. So what you need to do for Hemalurgy is use a spike when you are killing something that will give it the hemalurgic charge. The donor is whatever you kill with the spike. The recipient is probably yourself. There's a little bit of glitchiness in the rendering, but most of the spikes are just made with 2 ingots vertically. So we've got all of the different spikes here. There's not 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 4 missing. I'm not much of a ferrochemist or hemalurgist or an era 2 sort of person, and I haven't even taken the time to look and see which ones are missing, but there are some that are really useful for any player, and then there are some that are really just not that useful. So for instance, iron, you can steal physical strength. So if you use an iron spike to kill something, you can get around 70% of that donor's attack strength. So the stronger the thing you kill with the iron spike, the stronger your attack will be boosted. I haven't really played around with this yet. I'm thinking about maybe like spawning in the Ender Dragon and seeing what kind of a hemalurgic charge we can get. Steel would steal allomantic abilities. Not really a good idea, no real point. First off, you have to have enough players in the world to have those allomantic abilities, but also you can just get a Lerasium nugget. Tin is super useful, so I'm actually going to do a tin spike, and we're going to go ahead and demonstrate how to get a hemalurgic charge. So tin will increase your senses. So if I read the journal, you get better dark vision with a tin spike, and depending on what you kill with the tin spike, you will get different levels of night vision or dark vision. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to spike a, not a creeper, but there are some other moths. A Walden Hunter, I think, is what I want to spike. Let me see if I can find one. Don't want a zombie. Don't want a skeleton. Of course I can't find anyone that I want. Okay. Let's see if I can find you. Why is the sword so weak? I don't... Oh, I must not... I know what it is. I'm not spiked. I don't have my strength spikes in, so I'm not used to having to two-shot enemies. Where are these guys? I'm going to go ahead and cut and find them, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have found a, I think this is a stalker? Yeah, Wilden Stalker. And all I have to do is kill him with the spike. Unfortunately, I've got like enchanted armor that has incredible knockback. So now I have 11% better night vision. Now to equip a spike, all you have to do is open up your Curios slot, and you can attach the spike to pretty much any part. And now I have pretty decent night vision. So it's really kind of overpowered a little bit, but you know, when not all of them are useful, it's nice to have at least one that can be used. So let me just get back out of here and go back home. Okay. And then let's open up the leather journal. So that's what tin does. Pewter is for stealing Ferrukami, which again is going to be really tough. I have not added in a way to get full Ferrukami yet. but I will figure out how to do that soon. So Hemalurgic, brass is for stealing more Furukami. Copper is for boosting XP. So as a result, it can be used to increase base XP gain. So I'm curious to try it on the Ender Dragon as well. So then we've got bronze, chromium. So chromium increases luck. So spiking a rabbit is completely white. What? I don't even know what that's supposed to say. Oh, I think it's a white cat. So you can either increase your luck or you can actually decrease your luck if you do a black cat, wither skeleton, or pufferfish. So chromium would be good for boosting luck. Gold steals more Furukami. Electrum steals allomancy. Cadmium, allomancy, and bendalloy Furukami. So really the most useful ones are going to be your iron, your tin, your copper, and your chromium. So I have some of these already. You can actually find them in different environments. So this Hemalurgic chromium spike was already pre-charged. So you can find charged Hemalurgic spikes out in the world. You're usually, I think, limited in how many spikes you can equip at once. Hang on, I gotta clean out my inventory because killing mobs just clutters up my inventory so much. And then I'm just going to get rid of some of the stuff. Okay, that's clean enough. Oh, I don't want that. Okay. So some of these are already charged. I think these are actually my usual ones. So, yep, plus 10 attack damage. Some of these I just added for fun, just to see what was going on. So I got this one not because it was Allomantic Copper, but because it has your attack deals 4 damage to nearby enemies. So I thought that was useful. And that's something actually from the Apotheosis mod. So then I've got these that boost experience, and this chromium one boosts luck. Although I think I've got a chromium in here somewhere. I think I'm gonna go see what I can get from a rabbit. So some of these, by the way, when you equip them, they do damage you, so be careful when you're spiking yourself that you don't accidentally kill yourself. There is a bit of an invulnerability time. Oh yeah, you can also damage yourself by unspiking. So let me just heal up a bit. Nighttime. There we go. So if you want to spike yourself a whole bunch of times, it's usually good to just spike yourself all at once and you only get 1 tick of damage. So it's just a little bit safer. Let me find some carrots and then where do I want to go for rabbits? Let me go down. My storage is a mess because I did not plan on settling here permanently. But I'm gonna go hunt down some rabbits and I'll get back to you guys when I find them. Be right. Okay, so there was a little glitch there. I ended up killing a rabbit and it didn't really give that much of a luck boost. I think it was a 0.2 luck boost. So I decided I'm going to hop into the end here, and we're going to see what happens when you spike an ender dragon with iron, and then what happens when you spike it with copper. So I'm going to go ahead and get through the ender dragon fight. I will show you those two little those two final kills, and I will get back to you with the results of our little experiment. So be right back. Okay, so we are back, and as you may or may not have seen, spiking the Ender Dragon with iron, or killing it with iron, did not actually charge it. This is actually the charge from an Enderman. And I'm going to hop through the portal because that phantom is driving me nuts. Phantoms do spawn in the end, since we have the Apotheosis mod on. But we can see that spiking the Ender Dragon did give us a charge in copper, but only a 33% charge. So it seems like in general, you're going to want to find attack bonus spikes. So for instance, I think I've got an iron one here. That is 10 that I just found in the world, where this is a 4.9 that I made myself. And this copper is 33, whereas I have found a couple 100%. So it seems like you're going to want to making your own spikes probably not going to be that useful. So unfortunately, the idea of Hemalurgy just really doesn't translate very smoothly into Minecraft. If that's useful at all. Can I gotta arc furnace them. Yeah, I'm not bothering. So unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like this that Hemalurgy really translates into Minecraft easily. But it's still fun. I do like having the tin spike and being able to see, and it is nice getting those extra bonuses from finding spikes. Now, as far as where you can find spikes, if you are caving, you will quite often find hang on, let me get some more rockets. You will quite often find spawners just out in caves. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and teleport somewhere else and see if I can find an example out in the wild, because I've kind of collected a lot in the nearby vicinity. Where do I want to go? Let's go back to where Joker started out. Okay. So let me see if I can find a decent sized cave system somewhere around here. Maybe. That looks promising. So what you want to look for is just blocks that are kind of out of the ordinary. So they may be, I found a lot of like lodestones. I found a lot of, oh, hello, just a vanilla spawner. Was not expecting that. Yeah, you guys, ooh, cave spiders. That must mean there's an apotheosis spawner nearby. You can die. So in these chests, like right here, I found a brass spike. Great. In here, I found a chromium spike, so that's plus 0.8 luck. Killing a rabbit, which was supposed to give me the most luck, is only 0.2, so that's 4 times better than a rabbit. A Lauraceum nugget. Nice. So the spawners that I was referring to, let me have a look around, see if I can find one. Ooh, this looks promising. Nope, not promising. Shut up. Where did that cave spider come from? Did it come from down here? It is kind of nice being semi-overpowered. I'm not like invincible, but I can tank quite a bit. Just kind of ignore things. This is my first real experience with the tin spike, and I am super loving it. It's crazy to think that this is only like 11% night vision. Ooh, what are you? Oh, okay. Hi. Oh, you're gonna take forever to murder. I want to kill this guy, so I will cut here. Sorry, don't often find these things. Okay, I am back, and I'm glad I killed him because we did get this really awesome pair of netherite boots. Fire damage is reduced. Excuse me. Magic damage, depth strider, feather falling. These might be my new boots. Okay, let's look in here. So as I was saying, Infernal Iron Spike. This one has, ooh, and it also has lifesteal, but I think that's only when you use it as a weapon, so not great. But plus 8 attack damage. Excuse me, I keep coughing. But yeah, so this is definitely the way you're going to want to find. Blocked myself in because I didn't want the guy to escape. This is definitely how you're going to want to find spikes for the most part. I have never found a charged tin spike. That doesn't mean they don't exist. It just means I haven't found one yet. But this is what I mean when I say finding blocks that just seem out of the ordinary. So this crying obsidian. If I break the spawner, and if you break it with silk touch, you can collect it. Underneath it is a chest, and so this is a really good source of really awesome loot. And some of that awesome loot can and will contain spikes. So this one did not. What about this one? So sometimes it's like mossy cobble, sometimes it's a lodestone. Oh, who's playing music? Sometimes these guys will have backpacks on and will literally be playing music. There, I murdered the music guy. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and head back home, and I'll be right back with y'all. Okay, so I'm back home. The last thing that I forgot to mention is just a heads up, because when you do spike yourself, you are spiking yourself. So those spikes will show up in your player character, and it depends on where you spike. So for instance, actually let me take off this monocle because it's kind of occluding things. You can hide it by toggling this little dot here, but so it's up to you if you want them to show up. But we do have, there we go, 2 in the head. I believe this one is the back of the skull. I don't know where the necklace one goes. Not sure if that one's visible. Some of these might not be visible. Let me just sleep. But that is something to think about, is where you spike yourself. I don't think that they have any effect on the actual effect of the spikes, but just something to keep in mind. Let me put my armor back on, because that's kind of hurting me. My armor does have extra health in it. But okay, so I think that's actually going to do it for this episode. Before I sign out, though, I do want to go ahead and do another quick plug for my Discord channel. If you want to play along and join up with the server, you're more than welcome to. My only requirement is that you join up via Discord. That way you can agree to like the rules and expectations of the server, and that way you can chat and we can work together on projects if you're interested in things. So for instance, this spot, I've kind of claimed this mountain here as my home, and it will eventually have like some, I'm going to build some structures for these windmills and so on. And another player on the Discord has actually set up camp over here, and she started to build this really nice tower, much more aesthetic and much more pretty than my thing. I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm not doing the pretty thing yet. I did make this nice little pretty experience farm, which we'll demonstrate shortly. There we go. So we get cows spawn in, they get murderized, and all of their experience gets pushed up here. And so if you ever need to repair stuff, you can just farm experience real quick. But anyways, feel free to join up. I'd love to hang out with y'all. If you've got any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments area below. Suggestions for what mods I might add them. This is still in like a new stage, so I'm happy to entertain different mod suggestions. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Adios.